Well, last night we had forecast for rainstorms and thunderstorms during the overnight hours. So last night late, before we closed up shop, we made a makeshift awning and a secondary awning and covered the hole with a little styrofoam, and it's absolutely bone dry under there. And then of course we had to make sure we had some drainage systems, so we've created a couple of trenches to get the water away from where we've down the tarp you see there and into the trench and off into the distance and down the wall. So our problem today, because it's obviously just a big mud hole out here again because of the weather, we'll leave this up and for any new storms, but it's supposed to dry out the next few days. So but last night's storm again showed us that we have a problem, and what we thought was originally, we thought that the problem was with this front window, and when Nissan Parak was here, we thought it was leaking in because this was all pooled up with water in front of the foundation here, and thought it was coming in around this basement window because it was coming down into the basement and onto the floor. And what we're finding now, though, is it's not this window, or there could be some moisture coming in around there, but the big problem is actually with this window. Yay! When it rains, it pours. So we've actually, we'll go inside, and you'll see that we have the window is not weeping water. We don't know why. These windows were installed by the previous owner before we moved in. There was 3 of them they installed, and they have got everything moved for. Look at there. So you can see the water damage coming in. And we poured just to try to trace where the leak is coming from, we poured a full glass of water into the channel. Back this up into this channel here to see where the water is coming out, because here's a weep, and then there's a weep down there, and none of the water is coming out of these weeps. It's just finding its way through the corners and then coming down onto the floor, and you can see all the water, the wet boards. And then that's how it's going down to the basement. And it's actually now coming from, following underneath the finished floor here, along the subfloor, back over here, and then dripping in a couple of places into the basement as well. So underneath this floor, there's some wetness going on because of all this. So today, what we thought we were going to be doing down in the basement is we're now having to remove this window and get that all repaired. Awesome. And then finish up and let's see what we're talking about down here. You can see the water standing on the floor there. Here's that basement window. Insulation's all wet. Everything's wet. And it was coming back here. And there's one bucket that was dripping into all the way back here. You can see wetness on the floor all along here where it's kind of running down. And there was another drip somewhere right in here. So it's kind of running all along here, down that floor, and dripping. So just when it rains, it pours. So what we had under the stairs was, in one storm, moved over here. Now it's been moved to there, back over here into where we had the room jacked up. So we have a pallet of stuff here. But this is the room with the new mud sill and all that stuff. We scraped all this plaster glue stuff on the walls that the old owners had on there holding styrofoam insulation, and temporarily so that we could get to the work over there. So that's where we're at. That's what we're doing today. So we'll give you a report after we're all done with that. And that's it. Bye.